hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Tonight's the night we claim our fate. No more silence, no more wait. With every step we elevate, creating worlds we celebrate. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. We started with a spark, in a world so dark and plain. Now we're lighting up the night, making magic from our veins. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. Sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Tonight's the night we claim our fate. No more silence, no more wait. With every step we elevate, creating worlds we celebrate. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. We started with a spark, In a world so dark and plain, now we're lighting up the night, making magic from our veins. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turn into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Tonight's the night we claim our fate. No more silence, no more wait. With every step we elevate, creating worlds we celebrate. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. We started with a spark, in a world so dark and plain. Now we're lighting up the night, making magic from our veins. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turned into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Whispered hopes turn into roars, mountains moved by steady hands. In the sea of endless stars, we command and take our stand. Liberty tonight, our anthem, loud and proud. Dreams unfold with colors bold, they shimmer in the crowd. From nothing to everything, we build this paradise. Freedom in our hearts, we're reaching for the skies. Tonight's the night we claim our fate. No more silence, no more wait. With every step we
Welcome to Liberty Tonight, the only pro-liberty late-night variety show. Hosted by Brian Piotr and starring King Libertarian. Special guests hilarious commentary, skits, gags, and more fun are just ahead. And here's Brian.
Hello and welcome to Liberty Tonight. I'm your host, Brian Piotr. King of the Libertarians is with us as well. We have a lot of news that's happened this week. Many executive orders. Ross Ulbricht has been freed. Libertarians can suck it. He came through. He was a man of his word. Donald Trump, thank you so much for everything you did for us. There's more to come. We're going to have cheap gas. We're going to have crypto is no longer going to be illegal. Free helicopter tours for the diversity, equity, and inclusion people, and so much more. We got a great night ahead of us. Now, everybody take off your hats, stand at attention, and give 5 minutes of your time to hear from the king of all libertarians.
Hear ye, hear ye, I am King Libertarian, benevolent dictator of libertarianism, slayer of status, hater of bureaucrats, and all-around badass monarch. Now silence, peasants, your king is speaking. It's done. The deal has been completed, and the new MAGA Libertarian Alliance has been cemented. Yay! With the freeing of Ross Ulbricht, Trump made good on his promise to the libertarians made at our convention. Most people think Ross was put away for life for creating a website where you could buy and sell drugs and guns, when in reality, he was put away for creating a website where you could buy or sell anything except kitty tapes. That's right, CP was heavily restricted on the Silk Road, and no charges relating to CP were ever part of Ross Ulbricht's case. Considering Epstein and Diddy have broken in the last 10 years since Ross's conviction, it makes you really wonder how far the pedo rabbit hole goes. It didn't take long for people to take credit for Ross's release. Arguments broke out all over X, and I haven't seen people clamor like this over a prisoner since that Luigi kid shot that insurance CEO. It is reported that Ross will release a tell-all memoir about the irony of being released by libertarians, only to be imprisoned by their never-ending doom loop of autism. The Fed seized about 174,000 Bitcoin from Ross, which would convert to about $18 billion. Some online speculated that he may have a thumb drive stashed away in which he could use to recover the stolen loot. Considering there's only one real way to hide things in prison, he doesn't have diamond hands. He's got diamond butt cheeks. This takes the meaning of hold to a whole new level. Yeah. But either way, it is my opinion that Ross should be given the Bitcoin as reparations. All in all, it seems like Trump is making good on his promises quickly, and this will only serve to accelerate his agenda and continue to burn away any remaining support his opposition may have. Your king has spoken. Now back to Squire Brian.
Okay, we're back. Welcome, Robbie the Remain. If you want to join us in the chat, we'll read it all night here on rumble.com/libertytonight. If you want to find us on X, you can find our names here at the bottom of the screen. Follow us, we'll follow you back, assuming you're not an Elon bot. I've got enough of those already. But anyways, King, thank you so much for that wonderful speech.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
What are the things that you're most excited about if you had to think about all the different things that Trump has done?
I am most excited about taking Greenland. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. I mean, we're getting through some really dense brush right here. It's just the stuff you got to hit when you're hitting the forest fresh, but when we get into the meat and potato things, that's what's really going to be interesting for me. Panama Canal, Greenland, Canada possibly as well. I'm looking to get a little bit imperialistic over here. It's making my royal genes kind of turn on.
You know, speaking of south of the border, I saw that little Marco. Little Marco. I don't know how to do his. He's going to Panama. He's gonna.
Small hands.
What are the first thing he's doing is going to Panama, south of the border, to see if we can get that canal back. And
That's right.
not
There'll
just him. I think a lot of people are on their way south of the border. We have a video here from ICE from this week, guys, in Boston. Boots on the ground.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump,
Nah, you going back.
feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets,
Oh, the
including this
normal
illegal
everyday
alien from
American is
Brazil,
seeing
who has an Interpol
this
red notice for armed robbery.
gang
This
member
Salvadoran
thank
illegal alien
Biden and
charged locally
Obama
with
for being in
rape
this country.
and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun
Ooh,
charges.
they're nice people.
ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally.
Get out.
This is
Get
what
out.
ICE
You're
calls
fired.
collateral.
Man, this is what winning looks like, but it's just taking the foot off the brake.
We already
That's all
know
this is.
We already know where the criminals are, and I love that this guy at the end. I can't remember what kind of criminal he was. They show up to his house and they find someone else. They're like, "Hey, what about you? Are you an American? You got a passport? Can you show me some driver's license, some papers of some kind? Okay, you coming with us? You're going out with us too, guys." Oh man,
Well, you know, Pelosi called MS-13 beautiful angels, so you know he's been living his best life in this country for a long time. Yeah, this is wonderful. Get him out.
not my kind of angels. Maybe she's thinking of that the same way as like Victoria's Secret angels got all deformed and ugly. Like these are the same type of angels. They got.
I don't know, but if we can't deport him for crime, we can deport him for being too ugly. That guy was ugh.
But what a weird
Scary.
circle of government taxpayer debt is like we paid to take these people on airplanes to these blue cities and put them in hotels. And now they're getting the return ticket. They're getting all the way, they're going all the way back.
That's right.
Oh
That's
man,
right.
full round trip ticket. Hey, just government generally, I would like a round trip ticket to Hawaii on your dime if possible. And if you could put me up in a hotel on the beach, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, let's do it.
We did it. Here's AOC giving us a wonderful speech. I heard rumors about a month ago that she's pregnant. Everyone, give me your comments in the chat. Does she look pregnant too?
Bill.
She's just fat.
Because in the guise and in the wake of tragedy, we are seeing a fundamental erosion of our civil rights. In this bill, if a person is so much as accused of a crime, if someone wants to point a finger and accuse someone of shoplifting, they will be rounded up and put into a private detention camp and sent out for deportation without a day in court, without a
You don't have
moment
to keep
assert.
selling it on us, AOC.
Yes, I like
We
it.
get it.
I
Yeah,
like it.
We know.
Let's get like what? So first of all, I don't think she understands that being in the country illegally is you are a criminal for breaking a law.
Correct.
To start before you get pointed at a shopping center.
Assert their right and without a moment to assert the privilege of innocent until proven guilty.
Prove that you are a citizen or you are guilty.
Yeah. Everything she says, it's like one step removed from reality, and she doesn't realize what's going on. It's like when she's talking and she has thoughts in her head. She sees the carrot, but she doesn't see the string and the stick, and like it's holding it over her.
And I think she says some more enlightening
Without
things.
being found guilty of a crime, they will be rounded up. That is what is inside this bill, a fundamental suspension of a core American value. And that is why I rise to oppose it. If you're
Oh yeah, this lady, she's full of it. She ever thought about other things that might be in the Constitution, like the right to bear arms? Is this Constitution, are these words real? Do you have to listen to them? Or are you allowed to infringe upon what shall not be infringed? Like, seriously, lady?
This is all about taking the country back, getting these people out of here. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, and most Americans agree, don't they?
I think everyone in our chat does, that's for sure. Steelbringer says she is a blonde brunette.
Yeah.
A white red wine. An opposite world lady. And here are some poems from, let's see. Thomas Sowell says, beware of the communist titties. They will enslave you. Yeah, thank you, Thomas Sowell.
To those socialist jugs. They're traps.
You don't want it. Yeah, don't look away. Look away, guys. That is
fat that would normally encompass their brains and provide vital nutrients for thought or absorbed into the boobies. All right. And if it wasn't for that, as every man knows, it's in the eyes. When you look and they look back, and it's kind of like I mean, Brian has done it on several occasions in this show. Brian, if you wouldn't mind demonstrating the crazy eyes, but yes. When you see that staring at you across the bar, you know what they say about not doing something with crazy. Avoid.
Never don't talk to crazy. Avoid it. You could get an accusation from crazy just by being in the same room as crazy. You don't want to go anywhere near it. You want to stay super safe, guys.
Yeah.
Steelbringer brings up a good point. Anyone know what a will is? It's a dead giveaway. Okay.
Dad jokes.
There have been a massive shift from when Trump was getting into office 8 years ago. What's going on?
But these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deported all immigrants who are here illegally, 55% of the New York Times. Marquette, 64%. CBS News, 57%.
That's right.
ABC News with a slightly different question, 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across 4 different pollsters.
Oh man, having a meltdown right now.
That must have been so hard to be on CNN and say that. The editor behind this, or the producer behind the screen, must have been like, "Why are we showing this graphic?"
This guy in particular, because he was doing all the polls for like Trump and everything during the election. What's up, Barney Styles? What up? He would just come on and just eviscerate the entire narrative with his numbers. And the way he's just so cool and collected about it, he's like, what do you want from me? This is what you paid me to do. And he just completely slaughters them with statistics. And it's just great. He's like, so Trump's leading by 30 points in the youth. Like, oh, no, don't say that.
And basically, here's the summary. The majority of all Americans want illegal immigrants deported, and it is not because anyone is anti-immigrant, because almost everybody in America supports immigrants. It's just the illegal part that's the problem. It creates a two-tier system. It's a bad situation for all involved. Illegals are afraid to report crimes, so they can.
Right.
That people rob illegals, and there's crime in your city that's not being dealt with, and things. All of the negatives of having a second tier of citizen who doesn't want government services,
right,
like police and fire. Generally, just like your society is crumbling because these people don't fit in it and they don't assimilate the way they're supposed to as immigrants. Because they
come out of the closet.
Yeah.
Out of the closet.
We want more immigrants in America that assimilate and become Americans. to whatever
Become
extent that is.
an out of the closet gay immigrant in this country. Just do it legally.
Yeah,
But
and
your
not
point-
involving money from us to live, right? Come here and contribute to our society.
Yeah, I mean, to your point in the next video here, even folks in the hood are in that percentage that want illegal immigrants deported.
Now, I looked to see if we could confirm this. There's this rumor that ICE would pay up to $750 per illegal. I did not see anything on any government website that said that this is true.
In Buford, they always be at the farmers market over there on the south side at the big farmers market. Yeah, but Chambly, that's little Mexico, Chambly, Buford side, all that right there. Oh, they always be at the.
I mean,
I used to give it
you would
tips.
capture every single one of those motherfuckers if you actually did allow that, right? What there's like probably 20 million illegal immigrants times 750. That would be a lot of money that you had to pay out. But
If it was legit, I would go to work full time making this money.
just open up an entire like PI firm, but it's just tracking down illegals.
I would just
Dog the bounty hunter, but
pretend to be a door-to-door salesman for something that no one wants, like solar roofs, and I just go door to door in neighborhoods and then write down names, right? Like, like you come up with a script, you say like, "Hey, I will give you solar and $5,000. I just need you to fill out this application and show me your passport or driver's license." Problem solved. Like say, "Oh, I don't have a driver's license." Like, okay, there's 750. Next house, keep it going. 750 times how many people?
If there's Dog the bounty hunter, what would you be? What would your animal illegal hunter? Cougar the illegal hunter?
I think it'd have to be a South American animal like the jaguar.
Okay, jaguar
or the Napier
illegal hunter.
The Napier. Because
dog.
The anteater, the armadillo,
Anteater, the illegal hunter. Yeah, I'll dig them out like a termite nest.
Yeah, I would make I could make $100,000+ a year doing that. First year.
Grow your blonde mullet now with your alligator skin hat and get it all ready to go.
Okay, speaking of classy, I'm pretty sure that this is accidental that this button says go home, but it's really funny.
The White House government website, the Spanish version, cannot be found anymore. And in this little box that takes you to the home page, the words that they chose to use are go home.
Her voice is like cracking while she's saying this. Oh, she's so upset. Oh.
She's so offended on behalf of everyone else.
The level of trolling, if this is true, the level of troll. I mean,
no, that's just like a button that says go home. There's no way that was intentional. If that's intentional, please come out and tell us about it because you deserve credit, whoever this is managing the webpage.
No, that was epic trolling. Epic trolling.
Yeah, there's more. There's GIFs of Tucker with illegal immigrants crying and Tucker laughing. You know, I don't actually want anybody to suffer. It's just the system's broken and we have to fix it. So, sorry. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. A little sad when you put it that way.
But there's some good news. There's some really good news, and that is Ross Ulbricht, Silk Road founder. We all know this. News came out several days ago at this point. Trump promised to free him, and he has been freed within 36 hours. This man created a website, and because he did that, he made the federal government angry. And like you said in the King's speech, he had $17 billion taken away from him in Bitcoin in today's value. He's been completely wronged. I would hope that the pardon would give him a chance at getting that thumb drive back if he does, or whatever, because like $18 billion, man. But let's see what he's doing next. He already released a video just a couple hours ago.
Donald Trump granted me a full pardon. I was doing life without parole, and I was locked up for more than 11 years. But he let me out. I'm a free man now. So let it be known that Donald Trump is a man of his word. Thank you so much, President Trump, for giving me this amazing blessing.
Yay.
I'm so grateful to have my life back, to have my future back.
Welcome back, Rossi.
To have this second chance. This is such an important moment for me and for my whole family. It's an important moment for everybody who's been working for this for years. This is a victory, and it's your victory too. And this is an important moment for everybody, everywhere, who loves freedom and who cares about second chances.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
So it feels amazing to be free, to say the least.
He's about to
it's
say
overwhelming, and for the next however long we need, I'm going to be with my family, so that we can reunite and be whole again and heal. But there's a lot to talk about, and I look forward to re-engaging with the free world. And so once I'm feeling up to it, we'll talk again.
That's awesome, Ross.
He is a true libertarian. He's going to start his own podcast. The first thing he does when he gets out of prison.
You know, it comes down to this. If Kamala Harris had won, Ross would still be in prison.
Yes.
The momentum to try to get him out may be gone. He could have died in prison, all because Kamala won. The fact that Donald Trump has saved this man's life from life in federal prison, which we're all paying for. We're all paying for every month for his food and board, for him to waste his life and die in prison. Did he kill anybody? No. Did he do any kind of heinous crime? No. In the world of Bitcoin today, are there people doing rug pulls and doing far more terrible things to people financially over crypto than he ever did? Yes. So it was unjust that he ever went to prison. And on top of it, he's done 11 years. That's far too long. So thank God Donald Trump didn't just commute his sentence so that he'd be a felon. He got all his rights back. He got a pardon, which means he's going to be able to buy guns. He's going to be able to get a security clearance. Like, there's no limits to his citizenship at this point, and he has complete freedom. And I hope that he uses it to really make a difference. Going from us paying probably way too much for him to be in prison every day to him actually contributing to society, we won as a country. And I'd like to just take this moment to go back to show you what I did at the Libertarian National Convention after Donald Trump offered this deal to free Ross, and see how the Libertarians actually responded to me.
I'm Brian Piotr, New Mexico. I would like to nominate the greatest president of our time, Donald J. Trump.
You hear those boos?
Yeah.
Boo. I am looking for nothing big, just individually written cards that say, I am sorry that I booed you. You were right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All of those libertarians that booed him, you were wrong. Donald Trump was the right answer in 2024. Chase Oliver was not the right answer.
Please.
Wrong button. Wrong button. Off with your head. No. Yeah, Chase Oliver was wrong. Donald Trump was right. And I know that I'm very used to it, but people should be groveling at your feet. It's quite nice. You should try it. But yeah, Angela McArdle, all the shit she got for daring to talk to the Orange Devil. How dare you have a conversation with the
actual president of the free
Russian
world,
collaborator, insurrectionist? How dare you? And from that perspective too, especially party people, they're like, stop being political, stop engaging with the duopoly, like blah blah blah. Like, you're in a political party, you're already bought into it. Like, what do you mean don't do politics? It was all very frustrating.
Let me just say, I support Angela McArdle 100%. I think that the fact that Donald Trump got 4 votes at the national convention, and Angela McArdle put together this beautiful deal on a silver platter, and the majority of the crazies that showed up to that convention spat in her face, you know, like that's their bad, not her. She did a great job. Ross is free because of her. She made that deal. That deal happened because of her. And libertarians did nationally abandon Chase Oliver in favor of Donald Trump. We all did the right thing. And an even better thing here would be to just register Republican and see if we can't just kick out all the bad Pete. Like, the Cheneys are gone, everybody. The Bushes are gone. The people we didn't like in the Republican Party have left. Let's see if we can just take over that party. That would be a far more effective move than trying to take over the Libertarian Party, which seems to be just a gossip, smoking cigar club of crazy people, which I think we could all avoid.
It's a libertine, geeky social club, open swinger party wannabe club. It's a geeky swingers club masquerading as a political party. There are efforts to change it. I mean, Angela McArdle is the chair, but yeah, there is still an entrenched group that turned it into a social club and are mad that it's being turned into something that actually has relevancy. So just keep charging forward. We're younger than they are. Eventually, we'll take over completely if they don't want to quit. So,
this is a good time to pause and go to the chat and say welcome, everybody.
It's really rocking, guys.
If you are listening or new here, I am Brian Piotr. This is King Libertarian. Our handles are below. You can find us here on the forlibertynetwork.com. If you go there, you can support our show. That is our locals page, but also gives you access to the locals page to support the Wake Up America show, which is Austin Peterson's show 5 days a week, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central. Is that right? I think that's right.
Yeah.
I have to convert because I'm on Eastern right now. And then Daniela Pansak, Tuesday and Thursday nights. She's right before ours, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central time or Eastern time. So right, 7 to 9 Central time. And then our show, which is the For Liberty Network. Besides from that, you go to the forlibertyshop.com and search Liberty Tonight. We've been selling a lot of coffee. We also have mugs and shirts, and I'll show you some in a little bit. Steelbringer is sending us some gifts. I have no idea why. And Barney Styles is saying that with an unconditional pardon, I don't see any good reason he doesn't get it back. I hope he does get his $18 billion of Bitcoin back.
That would be crazy twist. Oh my gosh.
And here's another crazy twist, and that is women driving.
Ryan J, you deserve it, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, this poor lady driving a golf cart.
Yeah, it automatically reminded me of that scene from Austin Powers where he's trying to drive the golf cart down the hallway and it turned it around.
She went straight into the wall at a football game.
Yeah.
Poor lady.
Oh.
Let's watch it again. I'm sad there's no slow-mo.
Can you turn like half X on the settings? Video settings?
Nope.
Playback speed?
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
My goodness. I didn't know that till just now. That's awesome.
What are you doing, lady?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
All right.
Dealbringer. Woo! Rumble rant. $5. So when is the president going to start doing weekly audience with the King Libertarian? Yeah, that's a good question. I've been texting him and just to see, what's going on, but he's like, King, I've got all these orders I have to sign. So, we'll get around to it eventually. But yeah, good friend of mine there, old Donnie. But I am a head of a state, so like, we have to keep it official, to the public. So
King, I would expect first he's going to solve the Gaza stuff, and then he's going to solve the Russia stuff. Then he's going to take Panama, and he's got Greenland. We don't really have any large disagreements with your country, so I'm not sure when he's going to get to you, but that doesn't seem like a high priority for America right now.
I guess there's other things.
But anyways, thank you so much for the Rumble rant. Very much appreciated. I got four beautiful young children, and we will split those dollars very carefully, and I will make sure that they enjoy something nice, maybe at a gas station or a Dollar General. Okay, so here's some more good video. We got an old video coming down, old picture coming down, and a new picture going up.
Yeah. Get out of there, dementia patient. Put the real guy in there. Now that's scary right there. Like, we should show our enemies that photo of Trump. That is a
hardcore picture that he got his portrait. It looks like he's ready for business, and he's been in business just going to work this week. He's been hitting it out of the park every single day, doing things that he said he was going to do. It's been incredible.
Yeah, he looks like he belongs up there with all those generals, you know what I mean? Like, they're all, looking all hard in their photos.
He's mad dogging it. Give me your best mad dog. Who has the better mad dog, everybody? Is it me? Is it King Libertarian?
Can't really. I don't got the eyes. I'm squinting, I swear. I'm doing it. I'm doing my eyebrows just to make sure you can see that I am squinting. All right.
Yeah. Why do you wear the sunglasses at night, King?
I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. I don't know. It's fun.
There's more good news, guys. It's never going to stop today.
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy.
Woo! All right. What do you think? What do you think it's going to say? What do you think it's going to say?
Okay, yeah, for JFK, I think for Lee Harvey Oswald, I think there's going to be things specifically about him. I think basically there's going to be evidence that he didn't act alone, right? Or that he was the patsy and there was another shooter involved in some kind of way. I think there will be a strong indication that there was a second shooter, but depending on what comes out, like what was there, he a co-conspirator with Oswald, or was Oswald truly a patsy like a lot of people have thought?
I think the most likely outcome is that it's a nothing burger at the end of the road. That we think it's still Lee Harvey Oswald, and like there's this other information that's not really anything, right? Like it's not the CIA and it's not the FBI, but that'd be really cool if it was, because that's what we've always thought.
Yeah. Or I mean, and you got to think though, like if there was anything like that directly implicated the CIA, they would have destroyed that, right? That's not ever going to get released, or there's a super secret list of classified things that nobody even knows they exist, much less that they're classified. But I didn't know there was stuff that was held back on Martin Luther King. I'm not aware of what they think is. They think that he was also, the government was involved with his murder as well. I assume so.
I think for sure the FBI either knew things that they could have used to help prevent it, or they let it happen, or like something along the lines. But buckle up, everybody. Here's my conspiracy theory, since it's all going to be found out in 45 days. I believe that Lyndon Baines Johnson, the vice president, who is going to be replaced as vice president, formerly the Speaker of the House, the man who moved things in Washington, one of the most powerful people on the planet, becomes vice president with John F. Kennedy, and then is going to be replaced for the second cycle. This is 2.5 years in to his vice presidency, and he's finding out that he's probably not going to be on the ticket next time round. He's from Texas. He's the most powerful man in the world. He's wanted to be president more than anything for almost his entire life. He used to be powerful. Now he's not, and kind of laughed at. He has no power. Vice presidents have no power ever. So it's a very hard position to be in. The only way he doesn't die in obscurity is if JFK dies or resigns or something like that. So nobody's got more motive in the world than him. And if we look at who funded LBJ and where his power was, he's a senator from Texas. All of the people who funded our JFK's presidential campaign with LBJ and all of LBJ's previous campaigns are oilmen from Texas, centered in Dallas. Brown and Root Construction, centered in Dallas. So all of the people who have their money tied up with LBJ and funded him to get there, and all of the power that he has in the world is centered in Dallas. That's where JFK dies. So we have motive and we have ability. Whether or not you can connect the dots from one to the other, the guy wanted him dead and he got killed in a spot where he had the power to do it. It's possible that you can't connect the dots, right? Because all he has to do is figure out how to get money from A to B and make it hard to follow the trail. Or Lee Harvey Oswald, you go do this, and I'll make sure that your family ends up paid, or somebody else gets paid or whatever, however we got to motivate you.
Yeah.
The next day, Lee Harvey Oswald gets shot. Right? They wrap it up. They close all the loose ends the next day.
Didn't the cops kind of just push him out into the foyer, and
they're closing all the loops, right? Yeah. There's no stone left unturned for closing this out. So I imagine that it's possible that they come out and say he may have been working with someone we don't know, but really it's a nothing burger. But I'll probably go to the grave either way, thinking that LBJ did this. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat?
Yeah, let us know in the chat what you guys are thinking. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We are Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. I am King Libertarian, along with Brian Piotr. We are on the For Liberty Network with Daniela Tuesdays and Thursdays, and every weekday morning we have AP with Wake Up America. We're over here on Rumble talking with everybody. Barney Stiles said he had to sell some Bitcoin to pay for a knee surgery. Worth it. That's a store of value for sure.
You know what? Hey, Barney, you're going to get some good news. You may not have income tax this year.
Hey, yeah.
Seriously, there's executive order signed saying look at abolishing the income tax and replacing it with an external revenue service. Now, that won't have the power to do anything. But if he can get enough political support behind it, Congress will follow. That's his goal. That's the aim. The aim he's playing for is let's get Congress to do what I want. That's a very hard game to play when you have a 2-vote majority. Yeah. So good luck, Donald Trump. I definitely don't want to pay income tax. If you do want to pay income tax, please watch some other stream. If you're with us and you don't want to pay income tax, please like and follow this show on Rumble. Reshare with your friends on X. Okay.
Yeah. Trump is shaping up to be the most libertarian president in U.S. history. So
100%. He's been the best president of my lifetime so far. There's more to come, guys. This is getting better. This is day 4.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
His various cases of, he's got charges of inciting an erection.
Donald John Trump incited the erection.
They didn't like Donald Trump. They said he participated in an erection.
Yeah, he did. How you think Barron got here, baby?
He needs a pardon. He needs a
No,
pardon for
everything
that.
he's been doing is giving erections to everybody in the country. Um, good job. Good job, Donald Trump.
That's the other part of the Maha movement that is expected to come in 2025.
That's right.
Okay.
This is so beautiful. I love this. Oh my God.
The inventor of the internet. It's 1990 something. What will we use this for? To share information, to cure cancer. Nope. Nope. Not on the list.
Oh, you know, there's beauty in everything. You know, that's what I'm learning.
You know, the creative direction of this guy to see one and connect it to the other and then produce a video. It's its own form of art.
Oh, it is beautiful. I love the decentralization nature of our society. Memes have changed the world. Memes have given a way for socially awkward but still cool people to have a way to message to each other. We have a way. I don't know, you know, you're more of a historian than me, Brian, but like how people would protest and have these underground countercultures of rebellion, punk rock music. Like this is our punk rock. This is the purest form of political
Yeah, you used to
resistance.
have to write your 93 thesis and nail them on the door of the chapel. That was your option. Now you can make memes on your phone. And and millions of people can see them if you're good. This is a good world that we're living in. So another thing that happened this week, right before Donald Trump took office on Monday, I guess this may have happened on like Monday morning, is Joe Biden supposedly, at least we are told, he signed a bunch of pardons. He may have been involved or not. His name's on them. For people, everybody in his family. Fauci, the entire Jan 6 committee, and the Cheney on that one, Liz Cheney. Who, you get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon. That's the most corrupt thing any president has ever done.
Ever.
It's not
and one of them
midnight.
start a civil war.
It's like, we're corrupt as hell, aren't we? I think we better just. And we tried to put the previous president in jail over fake allegations and indicted him in multiple states over made up charges that we wouldn't hold up anyways. We better cover our butt because we actually did do those crimes. We actually are guilty as hell. And if we don't pardon everybody, you might actually have people go to jail. But you know what? We can now ask these people questions under oath and they can't take the Fifth Amendment. This is kind of a win for honesty and truth and what actually really happened. So if we want to go put these people under oath in Congress and ask them questions, we're going to get if they lie, that's perjury and they can go to jail now, right? You get pardoned for the crime. So they can't go to jail for the crime, but they can't lie. And if we can prove they lie, that's perjury. So they are incentivized to come to Congress and tell the truth. And that means the public might actually know what happened. And if you got an experimental vaccine and the guy who put it in your arm is now pardoned, man, I'd feel a little bit awkward about that.
Yeah, I think it was the Kill Tony guy, or maybe somebody, like one of those comedians. He was like, "Hey, the guy that put something in my arm, you've got a pardon now. The guy that put something experimental in my arm, you just got a pardon going back to 2014. Maybe we should bring Axel Brones on to talk about this, but going back to 2014, that's oddly specific. So for Fauci, it was back to 2014, and there's a specific reason for that. I don't know. Maybe we need to bring Axel on to expand on that, but yeah, like you said. So here's one interesting thing, Brian. You may also know this or not. I don't. But what about state governments? So, like, if Fauci goes up there and says, yes, the jazz were poison. What are you gonna do about it? I'm Anthony Fauci. So if, but then wouldn't an attorney general from a state like be watching that and be like, hey, that's a state crime. We could still get you. Like,
see, here's the problem that really hamstrings us, and rightfully so. The right generally does not have the cojones to do anything. Donald Trump is new. He took over the Republican Party, and he's doing things for the first time the Republican Party has never had the cojones to do. And there are dozens of attorneys generals in the United States. Do any of them have the guts to actually go after anybody for state crimes? And here's the other thing is Democrats have proven over the last 4 years that they're willing to just throw shit at the wall and see if something sticks. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. They got nothing else better to do. Murderers, they get let go in those cities. So the attorney general in like Atlanta has nothing to do all day because they just let criminals grow and they don't charge them. So instead, just pile up all of the charges that they can and throw it at the wall and see what happens. Republicans tend to be very focused on things like crime, and then they don't want to waste resources on BS lawsuits as much. Not that they never happen, but that's a real, that really hamstrings us because it could be that there are no state crimes that Fauci violated for COVID or AIDS or anything else. But there are many states and many laws, and you could be even creative and like create a law for them to break and backdate it, right? Like, and it doesn't have to hold up. Like you could just charge him and he's guilty and it's in the paper and he says he's guilty, and then it goes up to the appellate court and the charges are dropped. But it's too late, right? Because the reputation and 3 years have gone by, so you trashed them, right? And if you're using public money, it's just you are unlimited funds. So like you can do whatever you want. These are the dirty trick that Democrats do on every day that ends in Y. They're like, but yeah, guys, have solace. Democrats are losing nationally. They lost the presidency. They lost the Supreme Court, the Senate, the House, and they're lazy people.
No one likes them.
So we're winning. We have a lot to be celebrating for. Let me put on some celebration music. Here's the truth behind it. Mike Johnson has said they're going to investigate.
It was shocking. I mean, it was shocking what President Biden did on the way out, pardoning his family for more than a decade of whatever activity, any nonviolent offenses. It was breathtaking to us. I don't think that's anything like that's ever been anticipated. And by the way, go look at the tape. 4 years ago, when it was just implied that President Trump might do something similar, they were apoplectic. Joe Biden himself, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer. Roll the tape. They all said that would be crazy and unconscionable, and now they're cheering it along. To us, it is disgusting. To us, it probably proves the point, the suspicion that, they call it the Biden crime family. If they weren't the crime family, why do they need pardons, right? Look, there's a lot of attention that's going to be paid to this, and I think that is appropriate, and we will be looking at it as well. So
polished.
So for Fauci or J6 or Milley or his family members, pick one, pick a couple, but what do you think one of them is going to say when they're hauled in front of Congress? Inevitably, like pretty much Speaker Johnson just said that all these people are going to be hauled before Congress. That's that's guaranteed at this point. They're investigating it. Pick one of them, and what are they going to say if they're telling the truth?
Well, Joe Biden can't go before the committee because he can't speak, and so that won't be very good.
He forgot to pardon himself. Oops.
Hunter Biden will probably come on and be like, "Yeah, I made money with Burisma. I didn't do anything." Next question. There'll be some good sound bites. We might get a lot of really good information out of that. I really hope that Fauci is so practiced at being in D.C. for 40 years. The man is so good at saying nothing and talking around the question, right? You'll ask him a simple question, and he's going to give you a very long answer, but he won't lie. So he's going to be fantastic at not telling you anything. It'll be a complete waste of time.
It'd be like the scene from Liar Liar when he beat himself up and had to describe the attacker. He had big teeth, and he's wearing a green sweater, and maybe was a doctor in the past.
On a bigger point, it's this feels a lot like the situation in Rome when Julius Caesar and the fall of the Roman Republic. So the way that it worked is if you were consul of Rome, you were in power for 1 year. And during that time, you could not be sued or taken to court for criminal offenses or for your debts. And the problem was if you leave power, you basically can get taken out because you're accruing all these crimes or debts that people want to take you out for. And so part of the problem with like Julius Caesar is a consul, if he gives up his power, he will be taken out. He will be sued into oblivion. And so the situation is, I'm going to become dictator, make myself Caesar, to avoid the legal lawsuits and the death by prosecution that happens if I give up this power. And we're not like in the same situation, but we are going towards this area of we better pardon everybody that I have ever talked to for an extended period of time, because the moment I leave office, it's just going to be attack, right? As soon as you can replace all of their attorney generals with our attorney generals, they're just going to go after you. So like, it's going to become this list this long of everybody we've ever associated with getting pardons so that the other side can't come in and attack us. And if you forget somebody, be like, oh, haha, you were forgotten. Put that guy in jail for some made up clause. Like it's just, it's becoming a clown show. We got to take this power away from the federal government before they go too far with it. Man, Steelbringer, thank you for helping us out in the chat. If you're watching on X, we're talking to people on rumble.com/Liberty Tonight. You can also chat inside the chat on X, but we're not reading it. So here's a few more things about the preemptive pardons. They're proving that they're guilty.
Of all crime, who's just an innocent person. Have you ever heard of that? Just somebody getting a blanket pardon and they're an innocent person.
But no, it's the president's own family. It's people that have been covering up for the president in addition to his own family.
Is there an innocent explanation for someone to seek preemptive pardons for family members? Would you do that if you knew you were innocent and just worried about outside forces?
The answer to that is going to be no. If you haven't done anything wrong, you sit there and go, "What do you need a preemptive
Do they know
pardon
that
for?"
they know that
If he
the internet's
pardons people
forever?
Preemptively, he's essentially telling
look like
the
Voldemort
public that these
with a wig
people
on,
have
I don't
committed
trust
crimes.
you.
And we may not be aware of what they are, but the pardon is clear evidence that crimes have been committed.
I imagine if he decides to issue these preemptive pardons, it will be cast in a way that he is protecting his family and protecting their reputations from, villainous exterior forces that are against him.
First off, we should just take a deep breath and
You also
acknowledge
look like
the
Voldemort with a wig
audacity
on.
of a president who's so clearly concerned about his own criminal culpability and that
They're
of his family
lifeless. They're
members,
dead.
that pardons are a major obsession with him.
The idea of a
flopping
kind of
its guns at me.
prospective pardon, this
I think we all get the point. It goes on and on and on about why Trump
Because it
should
was
never do
Trump.
it. Trump should not do preemptive pardons and shouldn't pardon his family and shouldn't pardon Giuliani because that means you're guilty. That's a bad thing, guys.
Yeah, it's so interesting, and I almost give a little bit of credit to the whole Q movement. People who think like trust the plan and look at the hat. Look at the hat. It says 45-47. That means he was actually the president for the last 4. Like,
heck yeah, he was.
With everything that Biden did to set him up to just slam dunk, Trump is just coming in, just like, oh, like Biden threw the ball up to him and he just caught it and is just coming in for like a mega dunk, just boom. Like even this, like it seems the irony and the timing and in these types of things coming up where the hypocrisy is so it's like a setup, right? So like I don't know, maybe those QAnon people, maybe QAnon shaman Jacob Challensley, maybe he was on to something. Maybe we should have trusted the plan. Maybe this has been mapped out this entire time.
Yeah, definitely Q didn't happen. We did have Democrats in charge of the White House for the last 4 years. But we got Trump back, guys. We got a second chance. We got a second lease on life. We went from lockdowns and masks, and you get fired if you don't take the injection, and all of the terribleness that was early 2021 to absolutely winning. And speaking of this, here's Doge saying we have already saved $8 billion. And this is an accurate count of how much money Doge has saved the U.S. government. We got Elon back there, and we don't know what he's doing. You can see what Trump's doing with executive orders, but they made Doge a real government agency, and we can't see what Elon's doing. Like, that guy isn't big on sleep and vacations. He's not doing the Joe Biden Delaware beach thing. That guy is probably ruining people's lives right now as we speak.
He likes working and making babies. That's what Elon does well. So as libertarians, right, we've all seen this clock. We're probably the only people that actually have paid attention to it at all. Let's just be honest there, right? So I mean, our greatest hero in Congress right now, other than Rand Paul, is Thomas Massie, who literally wears a atomic clock with this ticking on it. So once it goes, or once it stops going up and then goes back down and then starts reducing, it'll be like kind of like nostalgic. Like, remember the good old days when the national debt was way high and we're the only ones that cared about it? But to see this badge on there now showing what they're saving,
this debt is still going up.
Right.
We need it to go down.
Right.
But we're going to do that. I think there's a solid chance. We're going to make this go down.
What is that? When and how far away is that moment where it's just like tick, 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 flat lines and then starts coming back down? I mean, Javier Milei did it very quickly. So
I don't know how they are going.
Optimistic.
I don't know. There's this huge problem called Congress, right? That's still there. They're the ones with the omnibus bill and the continuing resolutions, and they need to be dealt with. They need to actually change their behavior. If they don't change their behavior, we're going to be forced to be host. So you can only cut the government spending by efficiency so much, and it can't overcome the fire hose, which is Congress.
Yeah.
So to be determined. I have hope, but we also have a very, very narrow, as long as Donald Trump's approval numbers remain high, the Congress will also go along with Donald Trump, right?
Right.
As soon as Donald Trump his approval numbers dive, we'll get 1, 2, 3 people who are going to jump ship on Trump. And the margins are that narrow. So that's the real problem. So we need to try to get things passed that are reforming this country and making things better, like, immediately. And I think that's not going to happen with this Eagles lady. But before I click on this one, just want everybody to remind you, please go to rumbles.com/libertytonight and follow our channel.
Yeah.
Join us in the chat and share this show with your friends. I really appreciate the 20 of you in here on Rumble. Steelbringer just like destroying this chat, talking about Voldemort and neck sweaters. So Eagles, they're going to the playoffs. They're going to the championships, NFC championships. The mayor of Philadelphia, everybody.
Let me hear you all say E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds! Let me hear you all say
E-L-G-E.
why is it always a dumbass black lady?
It's
like I've said multiple times on this show, they can find smart people, they can find capable people, but why is it in these disaster of cities, Chicago, LA, Philadelphia, what is it? Why is this happening?
They're Democrats, man. It's not the color of their skin. Just want you to know that I feel like all Democrat mayors are equally as stupid. And it starts in college. They meet a nice young boy, or he or she or they, and they settle down for a major in public servants or some stupid thing. And then they go become a community organizer. And they start shilling really hard. And eventually, they become mayor. But Joe Biden, as proof for all of them, is key to show you that you can be incompetent and get, and Kamala Harris too. You can be incompetent and get all the way to the top, very tippity top of this country. So this lady, no limit.
No.
Your senator is Fetterman. She can do that. She can beat Fetterman.
Yes.
So, redemption arc, is Fetterman going to become a Republican?
Probably. But, every good politician comes with a good head injury or symptoms thereof. And that was a lovely story, Brian. I really appreciated that. And yeah, we should all have fireside chats about the things that matter in life. Puppies, kittens, bonfires, and roasting politicians online.
And
it's
podcasts.
Not illegal to cyberbully a politician.
Yeah, and in fact, it's illegal for them to cyberbully you if you aren't a public figure. So they can't do it back. So it's a
I know
good
you,
game
Barbara,
to play.
but what am I?
Yeah. Here's a wonderful switch.
What?
Babe, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. I've seen her with girls and I've seen her with guys, so I don't know.
She just broke up with her girlfriend. That should give you your answer.
Yeah, she's still kind of sad about that, huh?
Well, yeah, she's devastated. Why?
Well, because the FDA just approved new medication for lesbians with depression.
Don't. Just don't.
It's called Tricoxagen. Oh my God! No, she's gonna be happy! She's gonna be happy! Hey.
That is a terrible joke.
That hook, line, sinker, delivery, timing, reaction, 10 out of 10.
I don't know if that's a husband and wife relationship or what, but they've got a bad relationship, guys. Don't have that kind of relationship.
Oh man, that was 10 out of 10, my man. You did well. I'm envious of your comedic talents, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, no matter which way you go, if you aren't heterosexual, you don't make babies. So for humanity to continue on, you gotta be normal. And I happen to be normal, and I have 4 babies. And for all of you who aren't going to do that, you're welcome. I am continuing on the human species. I believe a thank you note would be useful.
Yeah, you picked up the slack for one couple, that's for sure.
Yeah, and for all the straight people who have decided to be double income, no kids, I'm taking care of them too. I'm picking up some slack for everybody. So here's
I carry my own weight, but I don't know about how much more I got in me. The heavy load.
I think you could get to 10 kids. You got this.
Oh yeah.
I
have all the wet nurses here at the palace that will gladly take care of all my offspring. Kind of like like Elon Musk. But I have a feeling if I had 10 kids or 12 kids like him, I would also have a favorite. X. He brings him around. Like, where are the other ones? He always brings X around, but is that your favorite, or the other baby mamas not like having them around you? Like,
there's a really weird one where she's a C-suite executive at Neuralink, Siobhan Willis or something. She's got 3 kids with him, and he said it was all. They both have said this is through in vitro, so that it's fine. There's no romantic relationship. But that's a very strange. That's a very strange situationship. So she works at one of his companies, right? He owns Neuralink, and she's one of the C-suite executives. And supposedly she wanted to have babies and wasn't married, and asked for Elon's sperm, I guess. And he owns the company, and he said sure. And so that's happened 2 pregnancies, and now they have 3 babies together. Very weird.
Okay, I'll be her, what's her name?
Siobhan Willis.
I'll be Siobhan. You be Elon Musk, and I'm gonna ask you. We're in a board meeting in front of everybody, and I'm gonna ask you for your sperm.
I think you're gonna text me on X. I think that's probably how this conversation goes down.
Okay, Elon's over there. All right, he's on his phone. He's probably on X.
I'm probably asking you like, when will that first patient go into clinical trials?
Okay. Ooh, Elon texted me. Oh, when will the first patient be going? Very soon, Elon. Much like as soon as your sperm goes into my egg. What do you mean? What do you mean, Siobhan?
Okay, no problem. I'll have that to you on Monday. Now, I also need this report by Tuesday morning, or you're fired.
but have fun with my babies. I won't bring them around. Only X. That's the only one I like. The one that I actually had sex for, I like. The other ones are all test tube babies. There's a whole story behind that too in his book. Like, this is in his biography, that he didn't tell his girlfriend, who's X's mom, Grimes. He didn't tell her about this arrangement, right? So he's got a girlfriend who he's had multiple kids with. And separately, he sent off his sperm to this girl who works for him, and she got upset. And this is all in his biography. Don't get mad. I was at the board meeting this afternoon, and Siobhan, you know Siobhan, right? She's Neuralink, so yeah, I was asking her, when the first clinical trial patient was going to go in, and she mentions
some problems that's never going to come up in my life, right? This version of events, 0 risk of this ever happening, right? But that's just that happened, and so that now Elon's got 10 kids.
I asked my boss for his sperm. Well, I guess that wasn't the first time.
I'm going to clip that. Let's clip that. Let's clip that and put it on repeat, and so everyone can always just keep it in their GIF file. Here's Henry Sisson.
Executive order means.
Yeah, speaking of folks that are definitely not being asked for their sperm.
Yeah.
It means there are 2 genders, male and female. Would you disagree with that?
How many genders are there, Harry?
Yeah,
Come on, little guy. How many genders are there?
Again, these guys don't know what they're talking about, so they won't be able to
Harry,
answer.
how many genders are there?
How many genders are there, Harry?
How many
genders are there?
What's the legal? I'm gonna use Joe Biden's answers. At least 2. At least 2. That satisfies.
Well, how many more other than male, female?
That's a TikTok answer.
There's at least 2. Yeah. There's at least 2.
Well, hang on. There's male and female.
Kid is like human brain
Donald
rot.
Trump says there's male and female. There are 2.
Okay, Dave.
How many more are there after male and female, Harry?
There's at least 2. Now, anyway, let me get back to
what
How many more are there?
What are the other ones?
There's at least 2.
What are the other ones?
Harry, let's try it this way. You're a female. What is the other gender?
It's so funny. It's so funny how these conservatives just get time to lie on this show, but when I'm speaking, they all interrupt and there's no problem.
You've just been asked a very simple question, Harry.
Conversation with Piers, not you, Mr. Como over. Relax.
Harry, you simply got asked if there are at least 2 genders. How many more are there than male and female?
Piers, you asked me about Donald Trump's executive order. I'm trying to explain how legally it makes.
Piers is one of the least based people ever, right? He is 99 out of 100 just wrong on issues. But sometimes he just does a great job of hitting a nail on the head and then just doing it over and over and over and over again. And when that happens, it feels good, right? And I don't think that Pierce is great at that, but sometimes it's wonderful.
Yeah, Pierce is I think the best version of a base Englishman that we're gonna get. Like, they're English, they're more European than we are. We fought to get away from them. They're weird in a lot of ways, self-deprecating, and have no self-confidence and no drive, and are still in some sort of a caste system within England. But yeah, there are certain things, especially like the gender ideology stuff, that he really. I think what happened is that he really likes Harry Potter lady, whatever her name is, and he sees what they do to her and is like, nah. J.K. Rowling, nah. But who is the black Colonel Sanders sitting there just like stone? What is happening over there on the right side
guys?
of the screen?
Let us know in the chat who that is. I don't remember who that is. Is it some kind of Democrat politician? But speaking of royalty, why don't you go meet with King Charles and see if you can't sort them out? Kind of fix Britain, king to king.
Well, here's the problem with the Transylvanian bloodline, the Saxe-Coburg Gotha, is that they abdicated. You never give up the power. I mean, so now you have Downing Street and all these commoners that are trying to decide their own destiny, which okay, as a monarch and have heavy wears the crown, right? It is a deep burden to have to rule all over you, and decide the fate of a whole nation. But that's no reason to abdicate to a constitutional monarch, parliamentary system. So they allowed the Magna Carta and all this other stuff, and that was just a snowball. We're gonna have to sort that out in a different way.
Now Helen Kistler
asked Parliament, take back your power.
Helen Kistler on YouTube says, "Is that Harry guy the conservative influencers have been mentioned recently?" Man, I can't speak. It is late, guys. Harry Sisson is a shill for the Democrat Party. He's like 20 years old. He's like 5'5", and he's been the key headman for shilling for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and doing whatever the narrative of the day is, and just taking all the street cred for the 20-year-olds on that side of the aisle, both of them at this point, because the Zoomers are all hardcore Republican. But Harry Sisson's one of the shills, and he will say whatever it is.
We often make fun of Harry on this show, and Harry, if you ever see it, you're welcome to come on, and we'll ask you what their more genders are than two. But he's sort of a Pinocchio type character, whereas he never ages. He's perpetually looking 16 years old, and what really kind of set him off and in this trajectory he's in now was his video kind of went viral of him saying like, "Oh, Trump, got elected and all this stuff is happening. I guess that regret's kicking in." He's a weird TikTok guy that was kind of plucked out of that set of influencers and just completely corrupted by DNC money. So he will continue to get roasted. For the next 4 years.
And just for those of you who are new here tonight, I am Brian Piotr. This is King Libertarian. This is Liberty Tonight, where liberty never sleeps. We are here every Thursday night, 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern. And we got no plans to quit. We got no plans to give up and go back to being losers. We're going to be your entertainers for the rest of time.
That's right.
Come and join us, rumble.com/Liberty Tonight. Interact with us. Come give us some Rumble rants. Tell us what you want us to read. We will read anything you want us to read for money, or at least the king will. And we're very thankful for you. There was a new bill introduced today by Thomas Massey for national right to carry, so that anyone can concealed carry in all 50 states and territories. That would be fantastic. I think we all support him, and I'll support that.
Woo!
But there are
Sassy with Massey.
There are some idiots out there who are really bad with guns. Here's one. This woman, how is she a cop? This video is so slow. Guy says, "Hey, I got a gun. It's right here." She's pulling it out of his pants.
I appreciate that. Oh, yeah.
And shoots him.
You okay?
Jeez.
Put the gun down. Put it down.
And she's still got her finger on the trigger.
Nope. Yeah, down. Thanks. Rescue 10-6.
Oh, man. There's been some real bad publicity with female cops lately, hasn't there? That's y'all haven't been slaying it recently in the reputation department. Yeah, well, I guess the female firefighters kind of took some heat off of you. But with the whole, like, I don't need to drag your husband out of a burning house. He shouldn't have been lying in his bed sleeping when the fire happened. But
it's like a very funny,
yeah.
sad, crazy world that we live in. Definitely be prepared. Carry a gun. Watch out with cops. Explain to them how the gun works if they're going to take it out of your pants. You say, "Keep your finger off the trigger, lady."
Yeah. You pull that lever, it's going to go bang, bang.
You point the end away
I was
from
told
people.
you'd be aware of this, but apparently not. There was another video I saw of these cops chasing a lady, and this lady wasn't exactly graceful. She was running away like a drunken gazelle, but yeah, these two female cops just started running after her, and it was like watching sloths try to do a 100-yard dash. It was painful to watch. So, female cops, need you to step it up a little bit.
I'm not big on female cops or female frontline anything. I believe that women should be protected, and that we should have big, young, strong men in there doing dangerous things. Call me crazy. Right. I probably am. But hey, this is what I was talking about earlier. For libertyshop.com, we have whiskey barrel aged coffee. You can go support this show on there and get your caffeine. I'd love to be your drug dealer. Keep you awake in the morning, evening, afternoon, all the above. I'll even ask you about your life. That's more than your doctor will do. I'll not only sell you drugs, but I'll ask you about your life. So it's true, but it's sad.
Whiskey barrel aged.
We've had several people send in pictures of the coffee. First few reviews I've gotten say they like it and that it's really good. I hope they're not just blowing smoke up my butt. You got to get some, and you got to tell me too, so that we can pile up the reviews on the site. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate every single one of you. We got Florida man shot by police.
Really strong.
You're really strong.
Yeah. Like
oh yeah.
Coffee.
So, the mainstream media lying some more. That's all they do.
Our viewers are smart and they can take a look at that, but it certainly was. It's not something that you typically see in America.
Sounds very low.
No, it was not something that you usually would see.
Was it a Nazi salute?
Did Elon do the Nazi salute?
Sure.
Okay. No.
Of course, the entire internet blew up, and it's fueled by folks like AOC on the left that were outraged by it. But then it also
so outraged.
We'll go over some great memes that came out of it and are still coming out about it. But you have to admit, though, Brian, that was a strange gesture, correct?
The guy is strange. The guy has a little bit of autism. Elon probably knew when he did it. He's like, that seems a little weird. Like, he probably thought that was a bad idea right after it. But
yeah, you can see his face. He was like,
oh, I did the thing. You're not allowed to put your arm at this angle. Darn. Next time.
And I made a face like I was really angry.
His words were, "My heart goes out to all of you." His words were not, "Let's round people up and put them in gas chambers."
Does my heart go out to you? Does that translate into Sig Heil in German? I don't know German.
Sounds like an angry language. Hey, Robbie Remain said nothing to add, just supporting us with $10. Thank you so much for the Rumble rant. Robbie the Remain, solid supporter. Thank you.
I guess I technically have to read it. Nothing to add, just supporting all. Thank you so much.
But just FYI, CNN, you're the Nazis. You don't understand what the Nazis supported, but they supported the stuff you like, right? The prosecuting your political enemies like Donald Trump. Who would have done that? The Nazis would have done that. I'm pretty sure you're the bad guys.
Hitlerian thing to do.
Yeah, so maybe
locking up your political opposition without trial.
Maybe the symbols and the hand gestures aren't really the problem. It's the actual policies that are the problem.
Racial division, stoking racial division and hatred. Yeah. A revisionist version of history that exaggerates those racial tensions and racial supremacy is elevating certain races above others on preconceived, slights or disadvantages. Like, when you say all these things that the Democrats propose and support, but then you have it from the lens of the Nazi, like, you're like, ooh.
Also, vilifying Russia. Hitler vilified Russia. They were the bad guys to Hitler. They're your bad guys too. Everything's Russia, Russia, Russia.
Well, here's the thing. Because it's Ukraine, what you do is you have a parliament in Canada. You find an actual Nazi that was a Ukrainian Nazi, which, basically, all the Azov battalion guys that, the Nazis that are fighting for Ukraine now, they're the grandchildren and great-grandchildren of the Nazis in Ukraine to begin with. And this guy was one of them. You bring him to your parliament. You say, oh, thank you for the Ukrainians and the Germans fighting the Russians. You're so brave because the Russians and Germans and Ukrainians are fighting right now. You're so woke that you completely disregard all history and appropriateness of what you're doing to gain some kind of points. The Democrats support Nazi policies, eugenics, abortion, medical experimentation. There's a reason that the Democrats are becoming rapidly unpopular, because people are realizing the spell they were under with these people.
And AOC's, losing her charm. She's been in Congress now for a little while. She hasn't changed anything, but she's still freaking out.
Do a Sig Heil. You're going to do a Hail Hitler or their Rebrand a Roman salute.
Sig Heil.
From behind the presidential seal of the United States of America. Ooh. It's on. It's on.
What's on?
And what is so important,
like Donkey Kong, she's supposed to say and she didn't say it,
is that as long as we don't give up, it's not over. It's not over.
What's not over?
It is not over.
She's not looking too good these
Libs
days.
of TikTok started crying because I said over the weekend that Donald Trump was a rapist.
Like,
they went on Twitter
it's about attitude and energy. Like, she's being absorbed by the
cry more. I don't give a shit. Like, you want to support a rapist? That's on you.
Drying, suffocating energy of liberalism.
Big things are happening, guys.
I knew it.
No, I will say, what's really crazy is the amount of posts that people are putting on LinkedIn that are of this Elon doing this arm thing with like a long written response about, I don't want to talk about politics, but when I saw this, I just had to say this. Like, oh my gosh, corporate America, you guys are drunk on crazy. I don't know how that is acceptable. Like, it wouldn't be acceptable on Facebook with your family. It's not acceptable on, like, you guys are nuts. Like, first of all, how many of these people even watched the clip where he says, "My heart goes out to you"? None of them. They just saw the picture of him with his hand like that, and they put words in there that in their head that said, "I hate Israel, and I hope that we like burn them in gas chambers." Like, I don't know what they thought Elon said. Freaking crazy people.
Yeah, what was he actually saying at the moment when he was hailing Hitler? It may be important.
Check the tape. What tape? CNN didn't play the tape.
No.
John Bolton. So one of the executive orders is Donald Trump removed the 51 CIA former heads, their security clearances, and John Bolton's security clearance. And this is a little confusing because none of them are in a position anymore to have it. So going through the work of keeping it is actually really hard. Like you sign up to continuing your travel bans and taking the occasional polygraphs, and it's like a hassle. So you would never put up with that hassle unless you're trying to cash a check on it, right? So if you can say, I'm a consultant and I use this security clearance and I charge $1,500 an hour for my advice with the security clearance, Trump removing it is officially taking away John Bolton's payday to be this kind of consultant. Like, he doesn't get to go in and do this kind of stuff anymore. Here's a little comment.
Can't go into the skiff where that's the value, is that not that many people have these clearances along with their expertise, their experience. So yeah, bad day for Walrus Man.
Mr. Ambassador, what's your reaction to Trump revoking your security detail and ending your Secret Service detail?
His voice.
Well, I've had better days, that's for sure. This is, I think, typical of Trump the man. This is the kind of character or lack thereof who's now president. You know, when President Biden, recognizing the threat against me and several other
you are a threat
and former
to
U.S.
America.
government officials authorized.
Who in this chat would not support a switch? I'll give you John Bolton for Edward Snowden.
Yeah.
We're going to just let Snowden go. No charges. Drop him. You come back from Russia, you take John Bolton.
The exact same place. Ed gets his house, John Bolton's house. John Bolton has to go live in Russia where Snowden is.
I'd take that deal.
1-for-1 swap.
Yeah.
Putin can have Anthony Fauci too. Apparently he wants Fauci, so they can have them. All the 51 Intel experts that said that the laptop was Russian disinformation. And I think it was Clapper came out, or one of those absolute nightmares of people that when you just look at Clapper and some of those other guys, you just look at them in the face, you're just like, man, I got a chill down my spine. Like, you are a bad dude. But yeah, get them all out. Pull their security details. Same with Pompeo apparently too. And I think this is pretty much one of those things like,
you're deported. You're deported.
Yeah.
You're deported. You're deported.
I honestly do think that if it was done to the extent that I would do it, there would be so many people that like maybe didn't want to put them in prison for the rest of their lives, but essentially you like revoke their citizenship and you essentially exile, like Napoleon, a large group of these dug in establishment deep state agents, and just like either life in prison or you go live on Napoleon's island. I think that's the way we need to deal with them.
Hey, I want to deport all those people. And also expect large layoffs at CNN and NBC. Woo! I would like to deport these people too. Put them on a plane with some snakes on a plane.
This is just one of those things. Like the winning doesn't stop. Like this is a tweet you want to like print out and frame and put on your wall.
This train has no brakes. No brakes, baby.
Yeah, it's balls to the walls. I mean, it's so well deserved that I can't feel sorry for anyone that works there. Goodbye forever. You were being swallowed up by the internet.
I'm just touching this button over and over and over again. We did it, guys. We did it. CNN and NBC are... Oh, yeah.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Oh!
I had enough. You can't blame me, but it ain't no lie.
Great news. After a year as DEI lead of the CIA, obviously this is what the CIA needed. To be fair, they're mostly up to evil stuff. And if we replace some evil stuff with some made up stuff, on balance, we haven't really changed the world. Update, laid off. Congratulations.
Couldn't have happened to a better graduate degree program. You know, I in a way I do feel sorry for, you know, these type of folks. They had initiative, right? So instead of picking something like theater or animal ecology or some kind of a bullshit degree that was clearly never going to lead anywhere for this person, even like gender studies, but these people, this infrastructure was so artificially put in place and pushed through corporate governance and state governance. They thought they had a future in management of LGBTQ+. These poor queer kids were set up for failure. Much like, I guess, Pray the Gay Away, we need to have a reclamation program to retrain. We need to retrain all the queer Americans that were duped by DEI and get them back on their feet. I have compassion.
Perhaps they could join the UN and help solve world peace by being sent to be peacekeepers in Haiti, South Sudan, Rwanda. Lots of options. Lots of options
Very
for these
austere
people.
locations.
Really resort locations. Barney Styles says the engineer's blowing the whistle loud and long, but you can't stop the train. You got to let it roll on. Yeah, this train's got no brakes, guys. We're going to win.
Keep rolling.
Speaking of things that did have brakes, this camel, this poor lady trying to get on a camel. I'm going to share this with you because I love you.
Jesus, please. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, it's like
this. This camel's like, no, please.
He said, oh, God. Oh,
it said, oh.
He dying. He dying. Oh!
This thing is crying right now. Oh,
we bring this to you. Thank you so much for your Rumble rants and support of the show. We really appreciate it, guys.
Oh.
Should I save that sound as a sound effect for future shows? Please let me know.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh.
I'm gonna save it, guys.
So were the camels playing rock paper scissors before they came over to see who get? Did they draw straws? Did they see who could spit the farthest? If I could spit the farthest, you know, whoever's shortest gets to pick up this big fat lady. Well, at least they put him over the axle, right? Like they didn't put her right in the middle of its back. At least they
right over the rear legs. You got to lift.
Yeah, they
your
put
legs.
it right over the rear axle, the rear hips. They at least they knew towing. You know, a technique to where they just didn't blow this camel's back out completely. But yeah, poor camel. PETA is going to be knocking down your door here any second.
Now, you heard this on the Liberty Tonight show, I believe, last week, where I said we need to amend the Constitution so that Trump can have a third term because it would just absolutely break the liberals. Well, Rep. Andy Ogles actually submitted the constitutional amendment in the House to give Trump the option to run for a third term. That's so freaking funny. Good job, man.
Yeah.
Pro level trolling.
if you go up there next to subscribe, you click on the Grok button. I was looking at this earlier on this tweet. Apparently, like there are some loopholes. I don't know if this one will bring it up. The one I looked at, but essentially, the 22nd Amendment isn't like solid. There supposedly are some ways you could get around it, but it looks like this rep was just gonna propose a constitutional amendment to that because apparently that's the only way you. I mean, we know this because they've done it before. The only way to abolish an amendment is to pass another one. But
it's a living document, man. Dude, the Constitution's a living document. That means that you can stop people from having bump stocks because the ATF said so one day, guys.
Well, hopefully that's going to get abolished too. There's a lot of momentum behind that. Unless Trump came out and said I would like for it to be abolished, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe after freeing Ross, we can get that to happen.
He's going to be too old, but it'd be too funny to do it anyways. Lauren Boebert has invited all the pardoned J6ers on a guided tour of the Capitol. Electric guy saying, I'll go on one condition.
I'm sure everyone knows this guy, right? But this is the famous guy from J6 that was photographed picking up. I'm going to say this very carefully because Lectern guy is a very litigious person. I've seen from following him on X. Any journo that says that he stole that lectern or that he's an insurrectionist or anything, or he was violent on that day, he's coming after your ass. It's just hilarious that all the pardoned people, like you said earlier, they essentially never committed a crime, and to take them through and it would be hilarious for Lauren to like have everybody there, the press is all there, and the first thing she says is like, all right, everybody, I'm gonna now show you how to tour the Capitol properly. Oh, come on, Lauren. I set you up. That would be the perfect joke.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Lectern guy's really cool. I actually should follow him. He's at Chacha this week, and that just brings up, hey, anyone see any cool things at Chacha? Let me know. We'll bring them into the show next week. I'd love to show off cool Gucci gold-plated machine guns or whatever you see there this week. Kamala Harris blames her husband Doug for election shellacking. Yeah, Dougie did it. Guys, it's Dougie's fault. Well, thank you, Dougie. Thank you so much for what you did for America. You really made this world a better place. Couldn't have done it without you. But really,
yeah, it turns out when you get the DNC to install you as the head of feminism and BIPOC, woman of color, goddess, when your white Jewish boyfriend is like cheated on you and also assaulted your ex-girlfriend, cheated on you, got somebody else pregnant, and then it doesn't really work out there, sweetheart. But to be fair to Doug, you're not the reason she lost. We all know
no, she was not.
No,
it's all me.
Was you.
It was me. I was the reason. Guys,
it was Brian Piotr.
I take credit. I was the reason she lost. Here's some live footage of traffic in San Diego, going into Mexico. Look at all that traffic. Everybody's going home.
Bye-bye.
We did it, Joe.
We did it, everybody. Self-deportations, deportations. Those are the best kind of deportations.
Is that what that really is?
People going back to Mexico. That's all I know it is. That's traffic for people getting back into Mexico. Maybe they're just going for the weekend. I mean,
that guy's truck is full of what looks like his belongings.
Guys, it's beginning.
Anxious. Elon Musk, did a Nazi salute for some reason. That's so scary. And, Donald Trump's the president, and that's so scary. And, he basically admitted to voter fraud, but we're all just kind of glossing over that. Also, if you look up, this is random. If you look up right now in the search bar on TikTok, the Taylor Swift song, "The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived," it's all like, for me at least, I'll tell you, it's all like replaced with "woman?" ? Like, what is about to happen? Like, I have like such like impending doom and fear, and like, what is about to happen? So, I'm just laughing.
Oh no. Well, if you're really that scared, you should probably go to Canada or the UK or Australia or New Zealand. Go get out of here. You got this.
So I do want to note her hair color and the pattern it is in. And Brian, as an animal expert, I know that you would agree with me here, but this particular pattern of orange and black and yellow indicates danger, often seen in snakes. If you see this coral pattern, that means that this is a highly venomous creature that you should stay out of striking distance from. So other than
also the Twilight shirt, sign of danger.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Sign of danger, right there.
That was gonna be my neck, bro. That was gonna be my left hook after the right jab.
Blood sucking danger, right there.
Yes, the oversized Twilight shirt that she's been sleeping in. Well, I'll take that back. She hasn't been sleeping in it. Well, she has been, and then she wears it all day, and then she goes back to sleep in it at night. She's clearly depressed 24/7, so she's in her long, oversized, Twilight shirt that she's had since she's been 16 years old. It's
so, King, here's the real question that all of our fans want to know.
Mm-hmm.
If you were offered the money to be in Twilight, the movies, would you have taken the cash and done the movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the line? Like $5,000?
Yeah. No, I would have. You know what? To walk out and have my. So here's the thing: when I walk out into the sun without a shirt on, I already glisten. I already shine in the sun like 1,000 diamonds. So, it would have been very natural for me. The only thing that would have been weird is that I would have been in the Pacific Northwest and like the Seattle area, and I don't want to go there because like she's there and everyone like her. But no, I love being an actor. I have quite the portfolio, and next time, call me first. And maybe I turned down the role. I don't know. The other guy did beautifully with it. I give him high praise.
Yeah, you can always just get facial surgery and change your face with the money that you make from that movie, right? And you obviously don't have to be a good actor. So I hear. I have not seen any of these movies, but I don't shame you for being willing to take those roles.
Robbie the Rimmen said on where is she on the Crazy Hot Matrix? Yeah, she's definitely in the danger zone. I mean, she's kind of cute, you know what I mean? Like, she's not fat and ugly, but she's way up there on crazy. So, to get out of the danger zone she would have to be a lot hotter than she is. She's probably about an 8 crazy, so she would need to be a 9 or a 10 to get into the fun zone for sure.
You stay away from that kind of crazy, 100%.
Back to D.C. right now. I was on his first day on the job. President Trump signed an executive order. The U.S. government only recognizing 2 genders, male, female. They're unchangeable. If elected as prime minister, is that something that you're going to kind of walk in line with, or what are your feelings on that executive order?
Well, I don't know. Do you have any other genders that you'd like to name?
Me personally?
I love this guy.
I'm just asking more so if you're in line with what he is saying. Do you agree with what he's saying? Is that something that you would be lockstep with if elected as prime minister?
Well, I'm not aware of any other genders than men and women. I mean, if you have any other that you want me to consider, you're welcome to tell me right now.
There's personally, I am a man. I am a as people who say cis man. There are people there who, they say they're gender neutral. Well, you are a man, yes. There are people out there who say they're gender neutral. Yeah, they say they're gender neutral. They're a trans person. Is that something that you would recognize here? Whereas in the States, at least with their U.S. government, the way they're seeing it, there's only two.
I'm only aware of two, but I mean, if you come up with another list, then
it's such a Canadian way of doing it. This guy's the candidate who's, I don't know how likely, but possibly going to be the next PM of Canada, depending on how elections go. Such a Canadian polite way of saying there are only two.
Well, what's great about him and Trump and a lot of these people are getting it is that you can't play ball with these people. The journalists themselves, the interviewers are typically very low IQ, but they're very good at being a robot and having a script and crafting a narrative that they try to just walk you down. They're very good at manipulating psychologically, but intellectually they're not very intelligent at all. So if you just flip it back onto them and like, well, yeah, you tell me, like. Their only value is interviewing and extracting a narrative. They can't have it come back their way at all. It just short circuits them. It was masterclass for sure.
Just one more time, I want to introduce the show. This is Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. I am Brian Piotr. This is King Libertarian. Thank you all for joining. We really appreciate you. We are here every single Thursday night, 10 p.m. to midnight on Eastern Time. 9 to 11 p.m. We're going to be here for all of 2025, where winning is going to move on week after week after week. It's just going to be a good news show. I think there's no negative news. It's just all positive news this year. Here's the World Economic Forum saying we won.
That's right.
Never done before. A dead man, a dead politician has risen. Somebody who, 4 years ago at Davos, he's buried, dead politically, known to me. He's now returned. This is the greatest comeback in political history of a politician. And then, therefore, he thinks he can do anything.
We need to also factor in not only who's won, which is Trump, but who's lost, which is to say us. And I guess I would throw into that.
You lost, guys. You lost, World Economic Forum.
That right there. Even if Trump didn't do anything else, the fact that the WEF, the political arm of the globalist elite, have admitted defeat to its own people, and then he talked to them virtually today. I think this was from the other day, but today he was in front of them, telling them to their face, "Your agenda's over. It's nationalism. We're gonna care about Americans. We're gonna build in America. We're gonna get our debt under control. We're essentially rolling back all these globalist policies, and there's nothing you can do about it." And they all just had to sit there and clap.
Yeah, and they know the left knows the scorecard, and they know that they lost. So if you're watching this, I just want you to know the right side is winning. We are winning. This is a victorious time. We're not going to quit. We're not going to pull back on the throttle. There's no brakes on this train, but also don't think that we're not going to win this fight, because it's going to be a KO. It's going to be a KO by the end of this administration. Even if we have women fighting us by creating these songs to fight whatever it is this lady is fighting.
Black and indigenous, people of color, lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, and queer. Lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, and queer. Asian American Pacific Islander. Look, Asian American Pacific Islander. Latino, Hispanic, Romani, and Creole.
Oh no, shit.
The deportations go on anyways, no matter what this lady is doing. We're gonna win, guys.
White Midwesterner, white Midwesterner, white Midwesterner, Rust Belt people in their jobs at the car factories, white people in Rust Belt. I'm gonna start just singing about all the people that I care about that have been disenfranchised by the system. Yeah, rural farmers, rural farmers. Yeah, lady, it's dumb. Stop. Why is it? Why is it? Why is it? I said this last week. Is it Hallmark Channel? Is it Pinterest? Is it Whole Foods? What is happening to liberal white women that makes them do this? Kash Patel, I renew my demand that you investigate.
I don't know. And part of it, I think, is just the internet, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever their social circle is. It creates a reinforcing mechanism that does not make the situation better. I have a feeling that this lady posted this video and all of her closest friends and her algorithm said, "We love it. Good job." You know, like all supportive. Like she has no, like completely tone deaf to reality. And it was like somebody in the algorithm found it and thought it was hilarious and shared it with the rest of us. And we're all making fun of her for it. But like, does she even know that she's been made fun of for it? Like, maybe not. Maybe her algorithm still says, "You did a great job. We love you." Right?
That's the
Keep
way
it up.
That's the way TikTok works. You could have 200-300 views per video, and then it's like 10 million because everyone was making fun of you. Steelbringer's in the chat. He says, "Check this out. That is our Liberty Tonight collection on the forlibertyshop.com." So thanks for linking to that, Steelbringer. Some great stuff in there. We got hoodies. It's real cold outside. Your girlfriend, your wife, she steals your hoodies. Let her steal this one and get one for yourself. And a bunch of other stuff. I was looking at that hat actually. It's got different color schemes. There's the one that's like red and blue, but there's like a almost like a dark MAGA one where it's like black and gray. That one looks pretty sweet. I might get that for myself. But thanks for the call out, Steelbringer. And Robbie the Rimmon. Isn't people of color just another way of saying colored people?
Oh,
you
maybe.
tricked me into a slur.
So we
tricked me
also
into a slur.
notice our Doge mugs are Elon and Ron Paul. So if you're like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, my merch had Vivek on it," nope, there's no Vivek on this merch. I think he's left Doge to go run for governor. But hey, Ron Paul and Elon, this is a timeless mug. You're definitely gonna like drinking our coffee out of it. And this is the
Yeah.
sweatshirt that will keep you warm. Winter is not over. Freedom never sleeps.
Yeah, the very good design there that to not have Vivek in there. And do you buy the kerfuffle, or do you think it was just like, hey, like I just realized that I have other ambitions? Like, but do you think there was like, ugh, like get out of here, I'm gonna revoke your H-1B if you don't leave right now?
Honestly, I do think that it was always going to be hard for anyone to work with Elon.
Yeah.
No matter who it is, and no matter how much they agree, I do think that it's hard to be a co-chair of something with Elon. So that was kind of a doomed proposition. Then Vivek really did anger a lot of people. So him saying like, maybe I just need to take a break and then go do something else and give it a couple months and go out of the limelight. He's smart, and that's probably a great idea. Like, honestly, like that's probably the right move.
Yeah.
I don't think that Vivek would have made it with Elon anyways. Like, it'd be like, Elon's like, "This is what we're doing." And Vivek goes, "I had this idea, but we could do this." Elon would be like, "No."
I hate it. It wasn't funny. I hate it. Get out of here.
That's not what we're
Get
doing.
out of here, Vivek. My heart goes out to you, Vivek.
Yeah.
And your new venture.
Well, let's end the night on some funny videos before we pick Peasant of the Week. Here comes the chicken. You chicken,
It's
bro?
Jurassic Park.
You chicken?
He's scared of a little chicken. Isn't this kind of ironic that a black guy is scared of chicken? Oh.
Save money on a guard dog. Get a guard chicken, everybody.
Yeah, that's where we're going wrong with guarding our property.
Steelbringer said he got the beer stein earlier. That's awesome. Send us a picture. We'll put it on the show.
Yeah, man. But yeah, let us know what your favorite beer is and drinking out of it, and share it with us. That would be badass.
Very good. It's like a new thing. It's a new thing, so they're like temporary signs.
You know, it's weird. I usually park here.
Oh, yeah?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, we just put it in like a week ago. If you could just admit you're gay, I'll just let you go.
I hate to say it. Okay.
Yeah, you're gay? All right. Just give me your best gay voice and I'll scratch it up.
Otherwise, what?
It's a small fine.
What's the fine?
$69. Yeah.
From who?
It's like from the Safeway. We had like send them over to the police station and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, the world's going to shit, I know. Man, but are you a top or a bottom?
I don't know what that even means.
Like when you're in bed? Like are you on the top or are you on the bottom? Yeah.
That sounds gross.
Yeah.
I don't know. Side by side, huh?
You're side by side?
He's a side-by-side gay. Oh man, these are it's mostly wholesome, but it's the guy's reactions. It's just hilarious how he's playing ball, and he believes this to be true. That's the funniest thing. There's a lot of these videos, you know, you can tell it's clearly set up, but that was organic. That was great. Truly candid.
All right. I wanted you to do one more video.
Let's not end on that next video.
No, I found the right one to end on. Brits want to come to America to go to Buc-ee's.
If it is real. The place in... I am wanting to move to America, so please, Americans, can you tell me, number one, if this thing is real, and number two, where the hell it is if it is real? The place in question is Buc-ee's. It's truly everything I have ever dreamed of. There is everything you need, and it's a gas station, not even a convenience store. It is a gas station, and you can fill up your car, and there's so many places to fill up your car. Then you walk in, you can get fresh nuts, fresh sweets, fresh meats. Bear in mind, this is just on the side of the road, apparently. There's toilets. There is club melts, pulled pork, sliced briskets,
I've been to Buc-ee's in like
literally
7 or 8 different
you get your hands
states,
on.
maybe.
I don't know what this
I don't
is,
know.
but it
I
looks
haven't
absolutely
counted.
delicious, and people are just absolutely feasting themselves on it.
show
My
you
favorite
Buc-ee's,
part
baby.
is all
Come on
the
over.
merchandise. There is plush.
Look, I've been to Buc-ee's, guys. It is fantastic. It is expensive. You're like, they have the cheapest gas of anywhere nearby. And you're like, I saved $3 on filling up my gas tank, and I only spent $50 buying snacks for the kids in the convenience
Yeah, their
store.
gear is expensive too. Like a sweatshirt's like $50.
Oh, I've never bought their gear, but I've gotten brisket sandwiches, pulled pork sandwiches, energy drinks, chocolate milk, you know, all of the goods that you're going to get on a road trip.
The sandwiches
Road
are
trip.
good.
Yeah, their brisket's fantastic.
The jerky's good.
And they have so much more. They got fudge and sweets and things that I've never bought, and cutting boards shaped like America, and giant Buc-ee's people, and like you would have at Disneyland, dressed up in a Buc-ee's suit.
Yeah, like a Chuck E. Cheese. He's like walking around in a Buc-ee's outfit. I actually have a photo with Buc-ee. It's just a great American place, and they purposely put them in the areas that are underserved. So that's another reason why like they're such a big store, is because they try to be kind of like a grocery store, you know, because like I said, they generally put them in underserved areas, which is cool, you know, like.
And they put up
it's a good business.
They put up billboards like 200 miles away that say like 200 miles to the next Buc-ee's. You can hold it. Like funny billboards like that.
Yeah, they got good marketing too. Yeah. They're great. I like them.
All right, let's wrap it up. First of all, I'll say my goodbyes and say thank you, everybody who has joined us. From my heart to yours, thank you so much for joining Liberty Tonight, where freedom never sleeps. And I hope that you will come back to next Thursday night and tell your friends at 10 p.m. to midnight on Eastern Standard Time. Okay, King Libertarian, please send us off with the Peasant of the Week.
Yeah, so Peasant of the Week. Peasant of the Week is the person that caused Trump to win, Dougie Imhoff. Thank you for being such a scumbag, and according to your own wife, causing her to lose and giving us Trump. I can't think of a more peasanty thing to do than to be such a shitbag that you ruin your own life. So that would normally not get you peasant of the week. You would just be the regular peasant of every day. But because it made such a good outcome, that's why you're peasant of the week. So keep at it, Dougie. Keep at it. That's it.
We started